Hi there, this is video number 2 of the 3-part bow stroke video, which is broken up into 3 parts. If you didn't see video number 1 yet, please go see it because I'm going to reference it. Video number 1, as you recall, for all of you who've seen it, was the one where we stayed at the frog, dropping the weight down. We're going to do kind of the opposite thing now. We're going to go to the upper third of the bow. We were working with the lower third of the bow. We're not going to do the middle until video number 3. So this video, we're going to start, I'd say approximately a third of the way from the tip. So 2/3 of the way from the frog. Everyone's arm is slightly different and everyone's body is slightly different and your cello and your bow are slightly different. So everybody has to do this opening of the elbow in a different place. That's what we're going to work on. And so now, remember last week I was talking about what does your wrist to do. This week we're going to talk about what your elbow does. And I think we all know that your elbow opens and hinges to extend your bow. If you do it in the wrong place, like if I do it too soon, my bow goes way off track. If I do it too late, my bow goes way off track. So we have to figure out for our own body where that place is. For right now, start about 2/3 of the way from the frog, and then you can adjust that if it doesn't feel like it's right for your body. Okay, so instead of having the square kind of grip that we had last time, you're going to use your left hand to hang on to the bow, hang on to the bow stick. You're tilting your stick slightly towards you, and then I want you to take your right hand and reset it. And when you set it, I want you to tilt it just a tiny bit. This is called pronation, like you're pouring a little bit of cream into your tea. And I'm sitting on my first finger, slightly tilted, and in fact, my entire forearm is tilting slightly. What you'll notice that my elbow is now up, right? When the thing that we did last time was very low elbow, my elbow is up now. I'm sitting on my first finger, and in fact, look, my pinky is basically not hanging on at all. And so now I'm going to extend the bow sideways, hinging my elbow. Familiar to most of you. So let's talk about the pinky just briefly. What's your pinky in charge of? Holding the bow in some way, shape, or form. But what I bet you haven't recognized is that what your pinky is in charge of is elevating the bow. So in other words, if I hold on to my bow with my first finger and my thumb, I actually can play, not with a huge amount of control, but I can play. What I can't do is I can't lift the bow off the string. Go ahead and try it. You can't lift your bow off the string unless you put something else down, which is usually your pinky. You put your pinky down, not only can you lift your bow off the string, but if you push with your pinky, your bow is gonna pop off the string. So your pinky is responsible for telling your bow whoosh, to get off the string. If you grab on with your pinky while you're playing with your bow, you're sending this completely mixed signal to your arm. Your arm is saying, sit down onto the string and make a big sound, and your pinky's saying, no, let's lift up into the air. So a lot of the problems that we get with tension or lack of ability to play with a big sound come from grabbing on with that pinky. So this exercise is designed to have you start without having your pinky having any weight. You can touch it really lightly if it feels weird to you to hold it up in the air, but I'd love for you to do the same kind of exercise we did last week with the separate bows. Look in a zoom window, in a mirror to see if you're staying straight. I'm looking in the camera. I'm just hoping my bow is straight. And this is going to be easier on the upper strings. Because it can be hard to play on the lower strings in the upper half. You're welcome to do it if that works for you. So I would recommend in this instance maybe doing like a D major scale, 4 of each note. Trying to make sure my fingers are staying relaxed, even though there's definitely some pressure that I'm feeling from my first finger, but I want to make sure that my thumb is feeling flexible. Sometimes I will actually kind of bend my thumb a little bit to make it feel like it's not grabbing on too tight. So you'll notice we skipped the middle of the bow. That's going to be part 3. Don't try and connect these yet. Take these as separate exercises. You're still practicing doing your exercise in the lower half. You're going to now set yourself up, pronate your hand, do your exercise in the upper half, and then next video we'll combine them all. Keep Keep practicing.